What's up, fellow gamers? I'm back. I'm back with the new run with Darkest Dungeon, the Dark Souls of the RPG games. And with me is...
Hello.
Now it's time to introduce.
My name is CmdR. You can also call me Commander. I am the console world record holder for most of, actually all of the Darkest Dungeon categories we have. And this is no exception, being the DLC of Darkest Dungeon, Crimson Court. So if everyone's ready on Speedy Souls End, I will be happy to launch into this very entertaining run for y'all. I'm going to say we're all good to go. I haven't been told differently. So I'm going to give a countdown starting from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. So, at the very beginning, this is the old road. This is how every game of Darkest Dungeon plays out. We get immediately surprised off the bat. That's kind of some bad RNG, but that's okay. It's not as bad here. We don't get the bleed here, but our Crusader does go second. So we get the fast kill here. I'm going to actually take some time to switch my party around going into this next fight. This next fight also has a lot of RNG involved, so that's okay. So, do we get surprised? No, they get surprised. That's actually really lucky on our end. That means our Highwayman's going to be able... Oh, crit for 11. There's the first crit of the run. That's really lucky. That's going to allow... Okay, we got to dodge this. Nope, we're going to get crit for 17 here, and that's going to throw us back. That's not as lucky as it could have been. But that's okay. Him being so low on health is really useful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my tracking shot to take out the bat guy. The main point of doing all these battles is we want to try and eliminate as many enemy turns as possible. And so taking out the weaker enemies first is usually a good idea. Now we're just going to try and take out this last guy, so we can finish up the old road, and we're done there.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Take these items and leave the old road. We're in really good pace, by the way. So we're going to leave here. I'm going to stay quiet here. There's a lot of menuing you're going to see me do.
Welcome home, such as it is.
In a very specific
This
order.
squalid hamlet.
And I'm running on PS4. That's something that you might not realize.
You are bound to them.
You'd realize it if you've seen any of the menuing.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Menuing. Normally on PC, there's a lot of mouse menuing.
Your work begins.
That you'll find. We have to do everything with
The cost of
controllers,
preparedness,
as I'm on PS4.
measured now in gold.
So what I'm doing here is called
Later,
Scaredy Cat Skip. This was
blood.
created by Skip McLazy and Tricrow,
Once
two
again,
of kind of the
the
pioneers
stars are right,
of
and
Darkest
the
Dungeon
manor sits
speedrunning
at the very
in the later
epicenter
stages.
of cosmic
Both me and
unrest.
Skip are moderators of the Darkest
Cultists
Dungeon
rally to their
leaderboards.
twisted idols.
Is it safe to say
and
speedrunning
great
Darkest Dungeon is very
gongs
RNG
sound in
heavy?
anticipation
Yes.
of the coming sacrifices. Far below,
Out of all
life-laden
the
shadows
runs
pulse
that have
to
been
the
in
unrelenting
marathons,
rhythm
we've
of a
had,
beating heart.
let's see, 3. Sleep's lost 3 of his runs. I've lost 1. Fry's
Where there
lost
is no peril
run.
in the task, there can be no
And
glory in its
hold
accomplishment.
on. Let's
All
check
the decadent
Stagecoach,
horrors I have seen
Highwayman.
pale in comparison to that final,
we-
crowning thing. I could not look, nor could
Sleep's
I
lost
look
3
away.
of his runs. I've lost 1 run. Skip's lost a run, and
Once
Tricrow's
again,
lost a run.
the
So we've
stars
probably
are right,
lost 40 to
and the
50% of
manor
our
sits at
runs
the
just
very
did not finish
epicenter of
because of the
cosmic
RNG
unrest.
involved.
Cultists rally to their twisted idols.
Yes, Darkest
Great
Dungeon has
gongs
skips.
sound in
This is
anticipation of the
just, I
coming
mean, it's not necessarily a
sacrifices.
skip, it's just getting the
Far below,
weeks going along.
life-laden
And this saves a lot of time in
shadows
Crocodillian.
to the
And you'll see it
unrelenting
in
rhythm
some of the other boss
of a beating
fights.
heart.
Okay.
You
So we need to
cannot
hope
learn
for
the
some good
thing
party right
you
here.
think
So we don't
you
have
know.
any.
Though long years may seek to
And
separate
Bounty Hunter,
them,
Arbalest Hellion.
action
Heck
and
yeah. we're going to get a really good party
will
set up here.
invariably
So with our
have
Crusader,
their dreadful
I'm actually
reunion.
going to go Highwayman, Bounty Hunter. I'm going to take the time to do some menuing.
Make no mistake, we will face ever greater threats. Our soldiers must be ready.
Arbalist in the back here. We don't need you as we have an Arbalist. Let's do this. This looks like it's wasting a lot of time. But in all honesty, we're setting up our team to have the right move set. Iron Swan. Point blank shot. So we're going to be going in with the team of 2 Highwayman, an Arbalist, and a Hellion. We need to set up with some food here. I like to max out my food. And we have no money for torches. That's okay, because torches aren't a thing here in the courtyard.
and gardens surrounding the manor were once a point of pride for the diligent custodians I employed.
It was a little slow on the menuing.
Great
but that's
banquets
okay.
and lavish social affairs were hosted.
So what
here
torches
under
do,
the
I
stars.
said torches aren't a thing in the courtyard, and if you've
Despite
played Darkest
the
Dungeon, you're like,
expectation of propriety
torches are a
normally
thing.
ascribed to those
In the
opposition,
courtyard, all torches
we
do is an
mocked the
accuracy
stoic
boost, which,
melancholy of the moss
granted,
covered
useful,
fountains
but it's not
and
necessary.
cherubic
It's more
statues.
necessary that we have
Our
food
salacious trysts
and
half
shovels,
hidden in
because
hedgerows.
I've seen runs
Our
die
morality slipping ever
after the
deeper
Crocodillian
into
boss
the mud.
because they forgot to bring shovels. So we have a really good
And
party
sinking,
comp. This
these
can
stone
hit
terraces
every
and
slot
sprawling gardens were the site of long
imaginable.
forgotten revelry.
So we're going to start off with this
Well
first fight.
remembered regret.
We have a server, and we are immediately surprised. That's beautiful. We have a server, and immediate dodge, and a blood drinker. You'll see some things here. So, Infallible Servitude, this is supposed to be a protection ability. As you can see, it did absolutely nothing. He's going to use Predigestation, which is a dodge. That is the only blight you'll see in the run.
Destroyed.
That worked really well for him. I'm going to move my Arbalist back to here. And Enraged Sight, this is a mark, and this is one of the few abilities that actually works in the Crimson Court for PS4. I'm going to use Blind Fire and take the guy out.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy
So normally in Crimson
them
Court, the idea
all.
is there's this Crimson Curse that you can get. It's kind of like a boost to all your attacks, and it does quite a bit. And it's fantastic for PC runs. Crimson Curse does not happen in the Ancestral version of PS4 Darkest Dungeon. It just flat out doesn't exist. That's just kind of how broken I'm going to use a Grape Shot Blast.
Their formation is broken.
Just how broken
Maintain the
the
offensive.
PS4 version of Darkest Dungeon is. It was a developer oversight. I'm happy that's a developer oversight because that makes the PS4 the superior way to run Crimson Court. We're going to shoot you.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Shoot you. We'll use our last. I'm actually going to Iron Swan the back
As the fiend falls, a faint hope
and take
blossoms.
that guy out. Beautiful. Get that, and the main objective here
A trifling
is
victory.
to light these
But a
hives up,
victory nonetheless.
and we're obviously going to do that. We'll continue going here. We have several rooms left to do here in the Crimson Court. Continue this way. The Crimson Court is a preset dungeon, which means that it's not randomly generated. That makes it really useful for routing. Say we got 2 mosquitoes. There are some of these fights, oh that's fun,
Unnerved,
are
unbalanced.
randomized of what you can get. We got a pretty good setup with 2 mosquitoes because they're easy to kill. Take that guy out.
Obliterated.
Our Arbalist is probably going to go next. Nope. And a crit for 17. Look at all these crits we're getting.
Eradicated. Ghoulish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
Our first time we use a shovel, we need 2 shovels. I always bring an extra because paranoia. Here we move on. We got several more battles left before our... Okay, this is actually the best fight we can get, which is worms.
Another one falls.
There's 4 worms. As long as we don't get stunned by any of them, it's almost always we can take each one of them out. No stun here. No stun here. Take out that. I should attack the guy who hasn't went yet because he could go. But we're gonna dice on it, and we diced correctly. But we did get the miss on there. Our highwaymen just wanted to see the little worm go. Worms and spiders, as you'll find in the Darkest Dungeon speedruns, are almost always the best enemies to face off. Because they don't leave any corpses around. If you know Darkest Dungeon, you know the corpse dealio. And they have really low HP. Because we're not super worried about like getting any items. It works. Okay, this is a pretty good setup here. We're going to be wanting to take this bat guy out, but we missed. So he's going to do some Infallible Servitude, which again, doesn't do anything in PS4 Crimson Court. Normally that is a protection ability. Are you going to go next? Nope. We might be able to take you out with a bleed, and it looks like that's what we're going to do.
A death by inches.
He's going to use the Thirst, which normally could give Crimson Curse, but it doesn't because
confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
And developer oversights. Okay, now our walking backwards. We got, I believe, 2 more fights? 1 or 2 more fights before we have the crocodile. And we're making decent time, as long as this next fight goes well. Yeah, the PS4 will be really broken here in a second when we start the Crocodillian fight. Okay, this is actually a really interesting setup. It's a lot of quick kills, as long as I can do them properly. But they're all really fast. I'm going to Iron Swan the back and take that guy out.
Gone, fiend.
He's going to Maddening Wine, which throws him to the back. It usually is supposed to do some stress, but that doesn't really happen. Use Grape Shot Blast here, and use that. That quite didn't kill him, but that's okay. This is current patch. This is current patch. I've had this game for several months, and there's never been an update for it. Never been an update for the Ancestral version. So this is current patch PS4 Ancestral Edition.
This expedition at least promises success.
Okay. We're about ready to get into our fight with the crocodile. I am going to take some time to heal up our highwayman in the back here. And I'm going to take some time to heal our Hellion. And I need to save 4 food. So we'll do that, and we're going to jump into the crocodile here. A little bit behind, but we have a really good party setup. So this is the crocodile fight. He's going to start with some Swarming Corruption, which is his strongest multi-attack. And then we're going to start just hammering away at him. We will probably miss a couple times, that's okay. We have Iron Swan, which can hit the back. He's going to Lurking Fear into the 3rd slot. He does this every single time. And we're going to do a Sniper's Mark on him so that our highwaymen hit for more damage. So Swarming Corruption again. Does quite a bit, but that's okay. He does dodge that. It's kind of sad, but we are going to get the 2nd shot on him. He's going to Submerge. Normally what submerges is a protection that is also strengthens him up. However, as you can see, it's not doing anything. The fact he won't have any ability that does stuff besides damage to us. Here's Swarming Corruption again. This is the strongest thing he'll do against us. So it's all just dealing as much damage as possible. You can move him if you have a bounty hunter. It is really smart to move him to the front. I am going to do another mark just so that our highwayman can maybe get some more creds. Here's a more swarm and corruption. This might put our highwaymen really close to going on death's door here. And he's dodging quite a bit. And that's just what can happen in these runs. But our Arbalist did hit for 12 there. Shot for 6. We did finally bleed him, which is pretty lucky on our end. Teeth Rake, now this is the single hit. As you can see, it does quite a bit of damage. Normally it's a bleed, but not on the PS4. He's going to submerge. Again, this does nothing. And he's almost dead, to be honest. If we didn't get all those dodges, we could have came out of here with a world record. Sadly, world record's about ready to pass. And it looks like our highwayman is on death's door. We might come out of here with a death.
Now, the true test.
Which makes sense.
Hold fast or expire.
We don't have anyone that can heal besides our Hellion can heal herself. He's almost done. He's going to submerge again. That does nothing. And a crit for 9 to end off the Crocodillian. There you go. And we gotta wait for the weeds to die. The weeds just completely dodge everything. Oh, I went backwards, so we're going to go
Triumphant pride
down here.
A dizzying
The only thing we have to worry about is this upcoming trap. And a food check. There's our food check. Now we have this trap coming up that we have to worry about. And do we dodge it? We do dodge it. It's a trap that we can't disarm, which is kind of sad, because we have a really good disarming crew. And we're going to set it up, and once we return to the hamlet, it's going to be time.
The maddening whine of multitudinous wings abates. Let us hope that is the end of things.
And on my end, that was a 1602. On their end, it looks to be a 1602, 1604-ish. Awesome. So that was Darkest Dungeon PS4, Crimson Course. Yeah, as Max says, a lot of the enemy mechanics just don't work in the Crimson Court DLC. I mean, normal gameplay, it works fine, but Crimson Court does not work at all. And then, of course, Color of Madness is not on the Ancestral version. So that was Darkest Dungeon. If you want to play or do some speedruns of it, in the Darkest Dungeon, like, actual Discord server, we have a channel. We're super friendly. Someone just got the world record in Miller percent a couple hours ago. World record is a 15:07 by me. Marathon world record is a 15:08 by me. Yeah, so we were about a minute off, and that comes from the misses we got in Crocodillian and in the courtyard because I didn't have any torches on me. So that was my bad. I should have prepped a little bit better for some of the torches.
All right. Thank you very much. It was a very enjoyable run.
Thank you.
And yeah, I guess this is my last shift, and I guess I'll leave you with the next host, who I think is going to be Nax. And as you know, as my last thing, I'm just gonna talk about. I'm just gonna say quickly that you can enter a free giveaway by typing !giveaway and then following the link. And also remember to donate to our charity, because we are very, very close to reaching our initial goal of $5,000. And Paco is screaming in the background, so I'm gonna finish.